like that.
The video prompting national outrage. The scene posted to Facebook Live and shot by protester, veteran, and business owner Tamara Stevens.
Why is the governor trying to sign something in private?
The moment 5'2" Georgia Democratic lawmaker Park Cannon knocks on the door behind which Governor Brian Kemp, flanked by state Republican lawmakers, signs Georgia's new restrictive voting bill into law.
The governor is signing a bill that affects all Georgians. Why is he doing it in private, and why is he trying to keep elected officials who are representing us out of the process?
Cannon, for unexplained reasons, being hit with felony charges of obstructing law enforcement officers by use of threats or violence, and disrupting General Assembly sessions or other meetings for members. Her arrest warrant alleges she stomped on an officer's foot 3 times as she was arrested and escorted out of the property. The property, her place of elected employment.
Cite the violation. Cite the code. What is she in violation of?
The protests coming as, with a stroke of his pen, Kemp signed into law a sweeping Republican-sponsored overhaul of state elections that includes new restrictions on voting by mail and gives greater legislative control over how elections are run. Republicans, the majority party at the Georgia State House. The bill even outlawing giving food or drink to voters waiting in line to cast their votes.
With Senate Bill 202, Georgia will take another step toward ensuring our elections are secure, accessible, and fair.
The state's Democratic chair in Chatham County calling it a dark day.
State across the country, Republican leaders are introducing this type of legislation specifically to suppress voters, restrict access, because they had such an embarrassing, significant loss in the fall.
Indeed, Georgia's Republican Secretary of State, ignoring pressure from Republicans, including Donald Trump, calling the elections the most secure in the state's history. Brad Raffensperger confirming earlier this month an investigation into the former president's attempts to overturn the state's election results. Chatham County's Republican chair doubling down on what's being called the big lie, allegations of widespread fraud supporters of the bill say it's meant to prevent.
You should want to make sure that every legal voter is allowed to vote in the state of Georgia, but that person only gets one vote, and that we're able, at the end of the day, to track down every single person who voted.
During his Thursday press conference, President Biden visibly angry at Georgia's new voting law, which he deemed un-American.
It's sick. It's sick. Deciding in some states that you cannot bring water to people standing in line, waiting to vote, deciding that you're going to end voting at 5 o'clock when working people are just getting off work.
Voting rights groups filing lawsuits against the new law in federal court in Atlanta, saying it will illegally suppress voters' rights in violation of the 1965 Voting Rights Act and will hit minority voters especially hard. New York AG Tish James calling Georgia's law deeply troubling and vowing her office will look at all legal options to take on what she calls anti-democratic measures. Now, Park Cannon was released late Thursday night, and her attorney says they will fight the charges. President Biden issued another statement today attacking Georgia's new voting law as Jim Crow in the 21st century, urging Congress to pass the For the People Act and the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act to make it easier for all eligible Americans to vote. The last sentence of his statement: if you have the best ideas, you have nothing to hide. Let the people vote.